So I started recording and my computer completely stopped and was like, hey, you don't have enough room for this. But my computer's just being a little bitch because I should have all the room that I want. Anyways, I hope this is going to work, but I kind of did a stupid this week. I was looking on YouTube and I saw the episode The Devil and Peter TORK come up. And I was like, hey, it's Peter's birthday. I should totally do a Peter-centric episode for his birthday. And I was like midway through watching the episode when I thought to myself, I've been trying to stick to season 1, and One Man Shy was very Peter-centric. That would have been a very good one to do this week. And it does not have to deal with the afterlife, which Peter is currently experiencing the afterlife. He's not in hell, we know that. Just gonna clear that out of the way, but I feel like this was bad timing on my part, but it's been a little while. We've had a year to process this. My cat is walking on the bed. Yeah. Thanks, Sammy. Anyways, just wanted to get that out of the way. Probably next week I'll do One Man Shy. Either that or I'll just go back to whatever I feel like at the moment. Anyways, let's get to it. Obviously I dipped into the second season. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I didn't think it was the most fantastic episode, but it was a pretty solid episode. Like, I had no complaints. I wasn't getting angry at it. I'm gonna jump straight into my comments because I didn't have that much for comments. I said Monty Landis is in it. He, as we all know, is kind of a recurring actor on the Monkees, and he's fucking iconic. Like, he just throws 110% into it every time he's on screen. He's very good, and he's very entertaining to watch. Peter is so pure in the whole episode, it's really adorable to watch. When Peter first brings the harp home, the guys are all like, oh, you can't play the harp. As if he can't learn musical instruments, as though none of them had ever learned musical instruments. I gotta center myself. That's better. But yeah, I just thought that was weird. That, like, it didn't cross their minds. Like, oh, it'll take him, like, a little bit of practice, but he can totally learn this. They could have said, oh, it's not practical because it doesn't really go with, like, our sound, but just saying, oh, you don't know how to play that was kind of short-sighted. Anyways, the overnight success bit, I was thinking about that, and I was like, so since they were an overnight success, does that mean that in every episode after that, they're technically has-beens? Like, up until that point, they were, like, struggling musicians, never been up top. Then they were overnight successes, and we get a small montage of that. So does that make them has-beens? I thought that was kind of interesting to ponder. I said it's cute and really, really lame that they can't say hell on television. As someone who absolutely hates censorship a lot, it's kind of drives me up the wall every time they bleep it out. I'm just like, you cowards, it's only a word. By the way, this is supposed to be like vaguely family-friendly channel, and then there's just me putting out videos every week where I'm just like dropping the F-bomb every other word. It's hard to be good for a while. Oops. But yeah, it was really lame. But they did make a joke of it, which was kind of fun. Michael makes a damn good lawyer. And, like, pun intended. But, yeah. Like, he's good at arguing things when the others are just, like, not. There was a line where Peter says, I'm just a kid. And it's like, dude, you're like 25. And, like, he sounds and looks 25. I mean, there's this guy with, like, this deep voice, like, I'm just a kid. Like, there was one last thing I wrote for comments. Just another thing that was kind of, like, a little confusing to me. Where the judge is like, not guilty. And I'm just like, the whole dispute was over whether the contract was good. So, he would not say not guilty. Because we're not talking guilty here. We're talking whether it's valid or void. Oh my god, the cat is sitting right behind my laptop, like cleaning himself. I should film this. But anyways, what the judge should have said was, you see this jerk right here? Right behind my laptop. Making it move. I'm not crazy. But yeah, what he should have said was, I rule in favor of the defendants, or whatever. I'm pretty sure they were the defendants in that case. So he should have said something like that. But I was just like, no one's guilty here. It was just kind of stupid. But like I said, nothing crazy. Just a few little details that I noticed. It's not making me as angry as Monkey's a la carte did. By the way, I keep getting that confused with Monkey's a la mode, which I do have to review. I remember it being a really good episode, and I remember there being bits that I just really cringed hard at. That'll be a trip. On to the fun bits. I love how I'm just talking so much more than usual when I'm already concerned about running out of space. I'm smart. Michael obviously had a lot of iconic lines in this episode. Like when Mr. Zero first appears and Michael's like, you better cut down on your smoking, because there's this big poof of smoke around him. It's so funny to see those two going at it, because like Michael is not taking his shit, and he's like the only one that's like gives enough of a crap to stand up to him. I also like how he calls him Smokey the Bear. That was fun. There was a line where, Mike was reading the contract, and he was like, Peter, you made a deal with the devil. You know that, right? And Monty Landis is just like, I'm so glad I don't have to introduce myself. Like, he just said it so perfectly. His character was so good in this episode. The salesman romp was really fun. I liked how it was very chaotic, kind of like representing going down to hell. I mean, obviously they're not going to be like really representing hell, but they did a good job of making it like chaotic and weird and like in your face. I thought that was very well done. My one complaint with that is you'll see the bits from the Rainbow Room where I think Davey was playing bass or something. There was like a clip with Davey and Peter, and there was a clip with Michael where he's got like the sunglasses on. And those are clips that we don't see in any other episode. Like, it was obviously filmed in the Rainbow Room on a different day, or like at least different outfits. And it's like, I want to see more of that. You always see like the tablecloth clips from the Rainbow Room, where they're wearing like the same outfits. But like, it was so cool that they mixed it up, but only for like 10 seconds in that one romp. Due to lack of interest, tomorrow is cancelled. Another amazing line from Mike. He really shines in this episode, by the way. It's supposed to be Peter-centric, but Mike steals the show. Like, every minute he's on screen. I picked a terrible episode for this week. Not in terms of how bad it is, because it's good, but just in terms of, I was like, hey, let's do something for Peter. Let's pick an episode where Mike steals the show. I mentioned due to lack of interest, tomorrow is cancelled. One of my favorite lines ever. Mickey made an objection on the grounds that the show's not over yet. Clever. They were just really knocking on that fourth wall in this episode. I love the bit where Mickey was speaking to Attila the Hun in his own language, and it was obviously very like gibberish. And whatever he said made Attila pissed off, and he's like coming at Mickey, and Mike just randomly yells something out and shuts him up, and he like backs off, and Mike is just like, I have no idea what I just said. But it was a very fun scene. There was a bit where he's like, the defense will rest also, and he just pulled up a pillow, and I'm like, that's cute. Don't we all want to rest? Davey trying to pitch the Bible to the jury was kind of clever, because it's like everyone's from hell. He's just like, hey, the Bible, you should read it. I'm like, I don't give a shit about religion, but it was a really clever bit. Mike's whole speech, I don't really need to go into detail, but it's iconic, everyone quotes it. Oh, Mike encouraging Pete to play the harp was so sweet. It was just kind of like, yeah, you can learn an instrument. It doesn't just magically come to you. You do have to like learn it and figure out and remember things. You know, like, it is inside you because you remember things. It was cute though. All sarcasm aside, it was cute. And lastly, the no time romp at the end was really fun. It was nice to end the episode on a high note as far as like fun goes and like high energy, because most of the episode was just like serious, like we gotta go up to bat for Peter because this idiot just sold his soul to the devil and we don't want to lose him, which is kind of heavy. So it was a fun way to wrap it up and not totally go out on a we almost killed Peter note. That's all that I had written. It didn't like stand out to me as like an oh my god I love this episode or oh I've been sleeping on this whole time, but like there was absolutely nothing wrong with it, which is why I gave it an 8 out of 10. And there was a lot of iconic quotable moments that literally everyone who loves the monkeys loves about that episode. And also those trading cards that I got, there's a lot of pictures from the Devil and Peter TORK. Like there was a scene where Mickey has like a feather, and I'm like, where the hell did that come from? And I was watching this and I was like, there we go. Because he was like, I don't even remember what he was holding up to the devil, and Zero just like zaps it and turns it into a feather. Or no, he had a wooden stake, because you know devils are vampires also. But yeah, he turned it into a feather. And I'm like, that explains the feather thing in the trading cards. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed my long-winded analysis on why I had nothing to say about this episode. And I will see you guys next week. And happy birthday to Peter. I am recording this on his birthday. So happy birthday, my dude. I hope it's a good one wherever he is floating around in space, being awesome. Bye.